Welcome to episode 5 of Follow Our Favorites, where I read and review your favorite books. In today's video, we're going to be talking about House of Salt and Sorrow by Erin A. In this book, we follow Annalie, our main character, who is one out of 12 sisters. And at the beginning of the book, 6 out of those 12 sisters has already passed away in some sort of tragic accident. However, our main character, Annalie, who is grieving the most recent death of one of her sisters, is starting to suspect that maybe their deaths were not actually accidents and somebody may be out to get them. So let's start off by talking about the things that I really enjoyed about this book. So first and foremost, I absolutely love the atmosphere of this book. I thought that the whole coastal, eerie, dark setting was just fantastic, and it definitely brought the story to life, and it made me even more invested in everything that was happening because it was just the perfect setting for the type of plot that we're following. I also really enjoyed the plot as a whole. I thought that the story was very intriguing. I was very interested in knowing why this family had so many misfortunes, so I definitely was very hooked to the page and I wanted to know what was actually going on. And then also, I really enjoyed how this book kind of blended a couple genres. We have a lot of fantasy aspects because of course this book is a young adult fantasy. We also have some mystery elements thrown in with how she's trying to find out what is going on with her family. And then we also have a few horror aspects also sprinkled into this book because I did feel a little bit creeped out sometimes, and it definitely has this very eerie, dark vibe to it. So it was very interesting to see how the author was able to mash all those genres into one single book. And now let's move on to the things that I didn't quite love about this book. Starting off with the characters, I just don't feel like the sisters had too many distinguishable personalities, and they just kind of blended into one person, and I wasn't really sure who was who, except for a few exceptions. We do have some sisters that are more important to the plot. I did know who they were, but all the other ones kind of just again blended into one person, and I just couldn't really differentiate between any single one of them. Also, I didn't really love the romance subplot in this book. I just felt like it was very underdeveloped, and so I couldn't really connect to it, and I just really did not care for the romance. And then finally, the thing that I disliked the most about this book was the big reveal and the way that they explained what was happening with the family. I feel like it was so underwhelming, and it kind of just fell flat for me, and I really didn't love the way that everything was explained. So basically, I just really didn't love the ending of this book. And then for my final rating, I think that I'm gonna end up giving this book a 3 stars. I think that it is a very solid young adult fantasy book. There were, of course, some things that I didn't enjoy, but overall, I thought that it was a pretty good book. All right, and that was everything that I thought about House of Salt and Sorrow by Erin A. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Follow Our Favorites. Don't forget to continue leaving your book suggestions and your book recommendations because I would love to continue adding to my list. And of course, I will continue to read them and review them here for you guys.